Dear friends, dear compatriots, and also as we are in a worldwide transmission, everybody who sees us today in the USA, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Antarctica, Asia, Europe, and Africa. By the way, yesterday and before yesterday, representatives of all the continents were present here at the conference, which was also unique in its kind, Russian language in the cultures dialogue. During the conference, we had 35 direct connections with all the continents, with more than 20,000 spectators. You can see the rerun on our site, fmarathon2014.com. This is a breathtaking spectacle. Even myself, when I conducted it, I was taken aback. I had a feeling that our globe is not too big. The very idea of a marathon is as follows. 100 years ago, in 1914, when people of the old world, Europe, couldn't find a common language, then World War I started. Its flame enveloped the whole our planet. 100 years passed. The misunderstanding, the lack of respect toward different language, different culture, different faith, led to an awful war, World War I. But 25 years ago at Malta, where our marathon will go, the heads of the USA and Soviet Union signed an agreement that stopped the Cold War. We'll recall it at Malta. But also this year is a year of culture. How these events are tied together. Unfortunately, this idea wasn't conceived by us. It's not from Perm nor Russia. The idea was given by Lisbon people. They came to our conference last year. This was the conference Russian language between Europe and Asia. And Lisbon people said, why not to start in Perm some event ending in Lisbon? Thus we could show the unity of the Europe from the Urals up to the Atlantics. That's how we created this marathon. Why is it going through London? Because 2014 is a Russian-British year of culture. Why Vienna? Because of Russian-Austrian seasons, and so on and so forth, for every city and every country. And everywhere people understand, everywhere we feel support in organizing this event involving tens of thousands of people throughout the whole continent. Today, when leaving the conference hall of Russian language in the cultures dialogue, we'll pass to the historical center of the city, to the rotunda, emperor's gift of the beginning of the 19th century. And further we'll go from the point called border of Perm. There's a memorial sign there, through Siberian Road, the same road that people followed within centuries going from Europe to Siberia. We'll go in the opposite direction, and today's evening will be in Riga. There will be a state reception given by the ambassador of Russia in Latvia on the occasion of the Day of Russia and the start of the marathon. And tomorrow in the House of Congress in Riga, we'll continue this wonderful marathon. This is our idea. Everything must have its symbol. We have two instead of one. The first is this wonderful bird, having an olive branch in its beak and flying from the Urals toward the Atlantic Ocean. The second symbol of the marathon is, of course, the symbol of the competition, the button. But the button cannot express all our feelings. Then we thought about making it a staff, a walking staff. And then we had an idea of a rod, an outstanding button. And we decided to make it of wood, a fossil tree that petrified within 250 million years, starting from the beginning of Permian in the Ural Mountains. Non-ferrous metals, and especially titanium, are an important material for aerospace industry. This is what one of our main enterprises, Proton PM, does in Perm. This is also a unique experiment in its kind. I think it's important for aerospace industry as well as for the others. And the director of this enterprise, my friend, my neighbor, can express it better. Igor Alexandrovich, come here, please. Let me present you Igor Arbuzov, the director of Proton PM Enterprise, which assisted us with starting this marathon. Please give us an idea of your products. First of all, on behalf of all the staff of our enterprise, I'd like to thank you for the possibility to participate in this large-scale project. It's a honor for us to create a design, to elaborate, to develop a technology, to make in metal what is today the symbol of the marathon. With great pleasure, I transmit this baton to Andrei Klimov, the direct participant of the marathon. This is a symbol in itself, the fact that the symbol of the marathon was created by the enterprise guaranteeing peace to our citizens, that creates a right balance in the world for all the humankind. For everybody in the world to feel safe, and with equal success we create our products, guarantors of peace on the earth, as well as the symbol of the marathon. I wish good success to all the participants of the marathon. May this baton be not only a symbol, but also a protective charm throughout all its itinerary. Thank you, and don't leave for a while. I have also a souvenir made by another enterprise, not yours, according to the unique technologies of 18th century. This is a memorial medal of our marathon. On one side you can see the emblem of the European Club, uniting politicians and persons of influence of all Europe, and on the other side the symbol of the marathon that you see here on the backdrop. We destroyed the mold to be on the safe side. We made only 100 medals like this, and I have a great pleasure to hand over one of them to you as a representative of such an important enterprise, important for our city, for our country, and for the whole world. Igor Sapko, Mayor of Perm, Russia. Hello, dear friends. This is symbolic that today, on the Day of Russia, on the birthday of our city, we start this large-scale, this important and interesting cultural project. Project that will unite people in Europe and in Russia on the basis of common human values. I'm sure that culture is the basement that can bear all the other geopolitical projects. Today, in this difficult political situation, we cannot forget historical relations tying Russia and Europe since centuries. We shall find new forms, new formats of our relationship. Perm isn't aware of this process. We maintain friendly connections with our twin cities in Great Britain, Germany, France and Italy. Since last 20 years, millions of Russians visited different European countries, and not less Europeans discovered Russia. I wish to thank Andrei Klimov, who organized this project, so important for our city. Thanks for his authority, to his connections. I am sure that this marathon will be a new bridge, letting us see each other in a different way, to know more interesting and useful things. I wish all the best to all of you. Have a good luck. I wish to present you a written certificate of the fact that our Pan-European Festival Marathon starts on the border between Europe and Asia. Europe begins in Perm, and we are all Europeans, all of us. Europe doesn't count but 28 countries. Russia is the biggest European country. The biggest as per its population, its size and its national produce. We have the biggest size and the biggest possibilities. And we are the biggest country of Russia, which starts from Vladivostok and finishes at Kaliningrad. I present you this diploma signed by Federal Agency of Russian Cooperation. This agency is specialized in geography and it certifies that we started in Perm. And the main point, now, as the president of the organizing committee of our marathon, I transmit the symbolic baton to my successors in the hope to return it back later in Russia. I hope it won't be lost, taken as a souvenir. Although it can be dismounted, it contains several parts. Every part symbolizes a city. Starting from Perm, we'll add to it part by part, and at the end it will be complete like this. Every city from Perm to Lisbon. This is the rule. Igor Sapko, take it and transmit it to Riga. I wish to hand this baton over to my deputy Yuri Utkin, who will fly to Riga in a few hours. He will represent our city there. At the finish of the marathon, I hope we'll see him again back in Perm. And then we'll sum up this large-scale and interesting project.
Мы говорим вам огромное спасибо, ну и, конечно же, Юрий Аркадьевич, вам доброго пути.
Dear friends, now it's time for the historical moment when the baton from Perm will progress throughout all Europe, and it will symbolize our open attitude to the world. A few hours ago, big forum Russian language in the cultures dialogue finished. And a few minutes ago, this ceremony began, giving a start to our marathon from this historical place of our city, Rotunda. Dear fellow countrymen of Perm, my native city, disregarding bad weather, you came here to join us, as well as many other Europeans, through internet transmission of our marathon, in Russian and in English, on our site fmarathon2014.com. People can see us from the Ural Mountains up to the Atlantic Ocean. Today in Lisbon, when the sun will set on Europe, and now it's rising here in Perm, in spite of the clouds, it'll be the end of the first day of the marathon. It will be concluded with a big carnival, and our representatives from Perm are already preparing to participate in it. In a few hours we'll get in Riga, European capital of culture, and will bring this baton that we got today here in Perm, will transmit it to Riga, in the Riga's House of Congress, tomorrow noon. Follow our transmission on our site, and goodbye. Let's wish good luck to our representatives, let's wish health and happiness to all Europeans, and let's make in a way that Perm ever stays at the center of interest. Yuri Utkin, please, it's your turn now. Dear fellow countrymen, I am highly honored to have to transmit this positive energy of our city of Perm to our friends in Riga. Tomorrow I'll hand over this baton in Riga with all best wishes of all the population of our city. I hope it will unite us all together for the sake of creation, peace and happiness on the whole European continent. I wish you all the best, congratulations, good luck, and goodbye, Perm. I'll transmit your hearty, friendly greetings to Riga. Yuri, your transport is here. Get in and good luck.